Okay, folks, I'm back. Now we're going to work on the Skills tab, which is the second tab on the right-hand side of the character sheet. If you recall, we were on the main sheet in the last video. This video, we're going to focus on the skills. Not a whole lot here to go on, but there are some things you should know. Quite often, it is asked of me, what is this little symbol here next to stealth? What that does is it reminds you that heavy or bulky armor will give you disadvantage. Fantasy Grounds 5th edition automatically calculates for that depending on the armor you're wearing. This is just a mere reminder of that. There may have been another use for it in the past, but that's all that's for. When you want to make an athletics check, let's say, for instance, he has to jump over a log or something. If I double click, then that will roll from the total number. So you're not clicking on the pin, the description, you're actually clicking on the total number. The number or the value here is based off of your ability score adjustments plus your proficiency bonus. So that's what these total scores are for. Now, you can add other skills if needed, and that only comes from your abilities. You have to see if you have anything worthy or noteworthy of adding. So before I do that, I'm going to let you see the different stages of being proficient. So you have non-proficient. When you click on the star, you can become proficient. You click on it again, that's basically a double proficiency bonus, or it's called expertise. And if you click on it one more time, it's a half proficiency, which is normally what bards would get at second level, I believe, for jack of all trades. So if you click on it again, it'll go back to or non-proficient. So these are just things you should know about this. You can also change the stat if needed. And if you had any miscellaneous adjustments, you can add those in there. Rarely ever comes up, but basically now I'm going to see if I have anything that I want to turn into skills. So I go to my abilities tab and I look down this list and I notice that I have one type of musical instrument or artisan's tools. I think this character would probably want the artisan tools. So I'm going to go ahead and make an entry for that on this skill sheet. So again, I went to the abilities area, took a look at my proficiencies, and it gave me either or. It says one type of musical instrument or artisan tools. So I'm going to go ahead and pick artisan tools. That way you can craft things. So down on the bottom right, there's an edit button. And when you click on it, though, this little green button will appear up on top and it'll create a new line. So I'm going to go ahead and click the edit button again. That gets me out of edit mode. I'm going to click on the star next to my new proficiency in artisan tools. And for artisan tools, depending on what you're doing, I would say either Dex or maybe Wisdom for that ability score. Whatever makes sense, whatever can be explained. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Wisdom bonus. That's actually more favorable for me. And whenever I need to make a roll based on crafting or whatever it is that I'm into, maybe he's a leather worker, then you would roll this to see if you find materials or if you're making stuff, see if you're successful, basically. So there's a way that you can add skills if you need to on this sheet. So that's pretty much a majority of this, other than the fact that if you have skills that you know that you're going to be using all the time, and you're not really going to know this for sure, but over time you will. So I know perception is quite often asked by game masters. So I'm going to go ahead and bookmark it. And then, being that I am a healer, I may want to bring medicine. And that should be pretty much it, unless I think, these other ones come up more often. But those are the two that I chose to make it easier on me and my game master. So that's basically that. So that would be my basically the skills. Like I said, if you have anything in your features or your traits, sometimes your racial traits will give you extra tools and such. You may add them to that sheet. So I think that is pretty much it for the skills tab. Again, if you want to roll, You just double click on the total here. And there I rolled with my artisan tools, or you can drag and drop that roll into the chat, or you can drag it into the dice tower for a hidden roll. So it all depends on what you're doing, but that's how this works. And these are calculated by your proficiency bonus plus your ability score adjustment. So until next time, hopefully we'll see you again, and we'll be back for the next video. Bye-bye.